TitleMatchNetwork.com.
You wound up working for Fritz again, I believe, right?
I left when I left Georgia. I went back to Texas and took the book from Red Bastine. Red Bastine was the booker when I came in, and I took the booking job with Fritz, and I was there from 76 until 82.
Is it true you were responsible for training some of the Von Erich boys?
I trained all of them. Well, not all of them. I trained David, Kevin, and Kerry.
Did you think that they would be as big as they became?
Oh, of course. I was the one that pushed them.
I was going to ask you, out of all the boys, we always hear that David was probably the best.
Well, I can't say that. I think all of them were unique in their own way. Now, Kevin was the first.
Right. And
Kevin was one of the most handsome, well-received guys that I ever saw. Close to Ricky Martinell. I mean, this, just to look at him, I mean, and he was magnificent. David was probably the best technical wrestler of the three. And then Kerry had something else. I mean, they all three were distinctively different. Where Kevin was the high flyer, handsome, looked like a guy that just walked off a movie set. David was this long, tall, gangly Texas kid that interviewed like his father and showed great anger in his matches and was really, really, really a good mechanic in the ring. And then Kerry, he had a little bit of Kevin. He had a little bit of David. But Kerry was the typical, and I don't mean I loved him to death.
Right.
I mean no disrespect, but he was your typical dumb jock, the blonde. What you saw was what he was.
Right.
He was just a fabulous kid. They all three were completely different.
Is it true that Fritz didn't want to push him as hard as you wanted to push him?
Yeah, because, in those days, if you look back and you look at a kid like Greg Gagne, you look at a guy like Mike Graham, both these guys were very talented guys, but because their father was the promoter, wrestlers didn't want to wrestle a promoter's kid and put his kid over.
Right.
So actually, a lot of people say, well, being Fritz's kid made him. No, it was a detriment because a lot of guys did not want to come and put over Fritz's boys. They didn't mind coming in and working with him.
Right.
But they didn't want to come in and put his kids over. And Fritz was afraid that they wouldn't be received as well as they were. But I was, like I said, I was always stubborn and hard-headed. And, I'm sure he wanted them pushed as hard as I did, but by me being the one that says, hey, we got to do this, and constantly, it was easier for him to say, well, Gary wants it too.
Right.
But yeah, I would say I was the guy that was really the one instrumental in manipulating those boys and getting them started. I picked the right guys to bring in.
Do you feel that Fritz gets a bad rap in regards to the way he pushed his boys?
Yeah, I tell you a little story. I met the Von Erich boys in 1966. Kevin was probably, I'm thinking 9. David was probably 8. Kerry was probably 6. So I knew these boys their whole life. And they used to tell me in the dressing room, I've said this before, so I'll say it again. I was Uncle Gary to the boys. They had no uncles or no aunts. So they asked their father, could we call Gary Uncle Gary? So I knew these kids since they were little. And it wasn't Fritz that wanted them to be wrestlers or demand. Fritz would have been very happy with David playing basketball because David was a better than average basketball. He was 6'10". Was very hopeful that he would have a career in the NBA. Kevin was an excellent running back at North Texas, had bad knees. Hopefully he would have played in the NFL. Kerry was going to the Olympics in 1980 for the shot for the discus.
Right.
And Fritz was preparing these kids for other things. He didn't demand that they were wrestlers. He didn't push them in to be wrestlers. They used to tell me when they were little boys, Uncle Gary, when we get big, we're going to wrestle you, aren't we?
Huh.
And Kerry and the boys, they would play games with me in the dressing room because I was closer to their age. I was very young at the time, too. And we always had a very special relationship. But for someone to say that Fritz pushed them into it, he didn't.
Okay.
They wanted to be wrestlers more than anything else.
Talk about training then. Who picked it up the easiest?
I would say mechanically, I would say David.
Okay.
For just the pure charisma, Kevin, and then Kerry. He had the benefit of following his brothers, so he had high expectations. Everyone really thought that this kid, because the way he looked and what the brothers had done before him, and Kerry was good enough in his very first match that the people fell in love with him. I mean, it was a love affair between the Von Erichs and the Texas fans, but you got to take into consideration they had people like Don Jardine, the spoiler. They had Killer Tim Brooks. They had Gino Hernandez. They had Maniac Mark Lewin. They had Killer Von Krupp. They had Tony Charles. They had Les Thornton. So they had a lot of guys that taught them how to have a match. Bruiser Brody. So, I mean, we had surrounded them with a great deal of talent and put them with guys that would go out and teach them how to, not to work, but how to have a match, to have a beginning, a middle, and an end.
Right.
And, they all caught on very well. And one thing I'm proudest of all the boys, Kevin, David, and Kerry, not so much Mike or Chris, because I wasn't really there when they started, but David, Kerry, and Kevin, they were all liked by the wrestlers. They were very respectful. They never had, I'm a superstar. They were just one of the boys. I never heard them ever say, well, my dad's the promoter and I'm going to do this or that. That never came out of their mouth.
Right.
They were good, down-to-earth kids. And if they had been any different, I would have kicked them in the ass.
Right. I got lots of questions about the Von Erichs. So,
Okay.
how critical was it to bring in the right guys to work with the Von Erichs early on?
Well, as I had said earlier, a lot of guys didn't want to come and work with Promoter's son. I
Right.
remember in Florida, I had no problem working with Mike Graham, in singles or tags. I thought he was an excellent worker. He wasn't the biggest guy in the world, but we took advantage of that and used his size as an advantage to make him, overcome great odds. And I think Mike did a great job. Greg Gagne was another kid that I thought had a lot of in-ring talent, didn't have the most charisma in the world. And when you follow like a Vern Gagne or an Eddie Graham or a Fritz Von Erich, it's not easy to, look how many wrestlers' kids fail because they can't live up to their father. But I believe the selection of people that I brought for them to wrestle, and I believe because they were nice, genuinely nice kids, I think that had more than anything else to do with it.
Do you think David would have been a successful champion?
Oh yeah, David could have been world's champion. He was going to be world's champion.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess what do you think made the territory so hot back then?
The boys, the three young boys, you got to remember in that day and age, until the Von Erichs broke in, really you had to be in your mid or late 30s to be a main eventer. I mean, young guys didn't really get an opportunity. Ricky Flair was a young guy that got an opportunity. And the reason I pushed the Von Erich boys, because I was 18 when I started. And Billy Gales afforded me an opportunity, to work on top at a very young age. So I thought, well, if I did it, why can't they do it? And I believe the youth factor, and we changed the whole demographics of who was watching. I mean, I had three good-looking young boys, the Von Erichs. I had Gino Hernandez. So, I had 5 or 6 guys that were all under 22 or 23. And we just started drawing kids and, a different audience altogether.
Watch thousands of exclusive shoot interviews right now on TitleMatchNetwork.com.